All right, how you doing, everyone? This is Alan, and the song I'm about to play is one of my absolute all-time favorite first tracks on a band's debut album. I know, sounds like an easy concept, right? Because there are so many great debut albums out there. But not all of them have a first track that really introduces the listeners to who that band is and would become for years and years into the future. I mean, let's think about this. Van Halen 1, great album, one of the greatest debuts of all time. Does Running with the Devil really tell you who Van Halen would be for decades to come? I don't really think so, honestly. Same thing could be said for Are You Experienced by Hendrix. Again, great debut album. Man's a legend. But, you know, Are You Experienced? Does that really tell you who Hendrix would become years down the road? Not 100%. So anyway, the song we're going to listen to is the song Introduction off of the band Chicago Transit Authority's debut album, self-titled Chicago Transit Authority, before they transitioned to just being called Chicago. The song was recorded in the late 1960s, and the sheer and simple fact that the band had the balls to record a debut album that's a double album pretty much stands them apart from so many other great debut albums just by itself. But this song really shows you who the band would be for years to come. I mean, it's got the groove, it's got the transitions. There are parts of it that border on, being what we would call progressive music today. There's a ballady element. It really fully displays every member of the band. I'd say the only thing that might be missing from, later tracks on the album would be vocal harmonies, because there really isn't any. It's just Terry Kath singing the song. But I'm telling you, it is such a good song. And let's give it a listen right now. Okay, first and foremost, go back and listen to Peter Cetera on the bass. I mean, it's almost easy to forget that Peter Cetera was known later on in years to come to be a balladeer. I mean, the bass groove, long hooked in with the drummer, is just unbelievable. Such a great backbone to the song. Let's start that again. One of the things that I always notice when I'm listening to this track is the added percussion that is clearly added later, the cowbell and the tambourine. Just such a nice added emphasis to the percussive nature of the entire track. Now, the next part, we're talking about some major transition moves here. Really, really, really nice escalation into what you would have to consider to be very proggy kind of music. Check it out. Comes that shuffle. Oh. Okay, hold on one second. Let's go back a little bit here and let's pay attention to the drummer. I mean, my God, the drumming parts underneath that horn section, ridiculous. Starting off with that little jazz shuffle and then just escalating into magic, really. Check it out. Check it out again. So good. And bring it down. Now, that whole section screams ballads, right? And obviously, in the late 70s, early 80s, you know, Chicago got this little bit of a reputation of being a little bit more ballady, you know. I think Peter Cetera took a lot of the brunt of that blame amongst the diehard Chicago fans. I don't know if it was 100% him or, you know, just the entire band collaborating that went that way. I don't know. But it's a little sad to think that, you know, his brilliance as a bass player and just a great groove machine was kind of sidetracked by, you know, kind of some unwarranted criticism, to be honest with you. It's just my opinion. Take that as you will. Check out this transition back up to tempo, and then obviously the legend that is Terry Kath doing his magic on that guitar, man. I cannot believe that there are people out there who think Terry is an overrated guitar player. To be completely honest with you, I think he's an underappreciated guitar player, and that's only because he obviously passed away a long time ago under very tragic circumstances. But I mean, I think he deserves every accolade he gets and then probably more. We're going to transition back into more of that proggy stuff. And again, just listen to the drummer take over. Cowbell. Oh, and the dissonant chord at the end here. I mean, my God, such an interesting way to end the song with that just really dissonant buildup of a chord that just makes the listener go, oh, that's a little out, but kind of awesome. I'm telling you, yeah, friends of mine who know me probably get a little frustrated with this song because I have listened to it almost every day for months and months on end to start my day. It's kind of a great pick-me-up for me first thing in the morning to get the energy flowing and what have you. But I definitely know a few of my friends who are like, oh my God, not Chicago again. Hysterical. Anyway, truly, in my opinion, one of the great, great, great first albums, debut albums by any band. I mean, it's almost perfect. Again, to me, personal opinion there. And again, I think the entity that is Chicago is fully encapsulated in this first track. So anyway, let me know what you think. Click the comments below and